we're all in for a huge treat. Sir Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Group. Virgin is one of the world's most irresistible brands. There are now more than 100 Virgin companies worldwide, employing approximately 60,000 people in over 50 countries. Since starting Youth Culture magazine student at age 16, Sir Richard has found entrepreneurial ways to provoke positive change in the world. In 2004, he established a non-profit foundation, Virgin Unite, that tackles tough social and environmental problems and strives to make business a force for good. We'd like you to stand up and welcome Sir Richard Branson.
So you've obviously had some amazing achievements in life. Is there any one of those achievements that really stands out to you as your greatest achievement ever?
Well, I think for everybody in this room, it's the first, it's their first business, their first thing that they do is the most difficult. And people say to me, how can you run a couple of hundred companies, and how can you look after all these thousands of people and all these sorts of things? But once you've got to a certain stage, you can delegate, you can find great people, and it's relatively easy. So the really tough time is the time that most people in this room are going through, and that's the early struggling stage to try to make your mark, get your company going, create something you can be proud of. Make sure it's the best in whatever you're doing, motivating your team, working day and night, to make it happen. It'll be a stress on your relationship with your partner. You may do what I did, and sort of quietly get your girlfriend or wife to sign a piece of paper which mortgages your house, and you pray you don't have to tell her what she signed 2 or 3 years later. Anyway, it's really tough. So if you can get through getting through that first stage. I mean, I was really proud of the magazine that we produced, and we like to think. All of us young people who were campaigning against that war finally was brought to a halt. LBJ, how many kids did you kill today? We were all out there trying to bring it to a halt. And it was it was very satisfying. But and then once you've learned how to run one business. I think you can run any business, and you can almost run any business in any sector. Again, people used to say when we went from magazines into records, from records into studios, from studios into airlines, from airlines into train companies and so on. Aren't you stretching the brand too far? And so on. But if you can run one business, the key thing is learning the art of delegation, finding good people. I think early on when you're running a business, find somebody who hopefully is better than you to run it on a day-to-day basis, and then you can become a true entrepreneur. You can also spend more time with your family if you've got children. You can spend more time looking after yourself, keeping fit and healthy, which is critical in life. You make sure you don't burn out. You can look at the bigger picture, and it'll cost you more. You're going to have to, pay somebody a big salary to be you. From very early on, I withdrew from the office so that because people always want to see the top person in the building, and if you're not there, somebody else takes on all the sort of daily chores that the top person has to take on. If you can, I withdrew back to my houseboat where I could really plan in the bigger picture things. And I think one of the best bit of advice a lot of entrepreneurs have come back to me they've managed to get their business established, and then I've said to them, now, don't just cling on for years and years and years. Step aside, have somebody else do the day-to-day running. And they've come back 2 or 3 years later saying that was the best bit of advice they could have.
Very cool. Thank you.